Good afternoon. How would it feel if the next time you talk about money to a potential client that you feel that sort of inner glow of pride and you can practically see that little you doing a happy dance inside your heart because you know um, you're just about over the line to securing another client. Because securing another client means helping another person in what you know is your amazing gift. And securing another client means that you can increase your bank balance. Yeah, but does that matter? Should it be about the money? And what does that really mean? These are all intriguing questions, right? And in a few moments, I'm going to show you exactly how this can work with some powerful exercises to help you do that happy dance around money. Hi, Nicola. Nice to see you here. And I'm going to share one controversial secret with you as well around setting your prices and talking money with confidence. So stick around. We're going to be probably about 10-15 minutes on here. I'm really excited that Emma Dawson has invited me in to the group once again to do a fabulous Facebook Live for you wonderful ladies. So this one's following on from last week's live. If you missed that, I'll pop I think it's still the pinned post actually in the group, where I was talking about women and money and our confidence around money and how that's very much been hooked into our money stories over a long period of time. And I was talking about how it should be safe for us to want more and that it's okay for us to want more. So that's a really handy live to kind of give you a basis around this one, but this one's a slightly more specific on setting your prices and talking money with confidence. So even if you're in a business where you don't get to set your own prices, I think talking money with confidence and securing that sale these are really important things to actually creating a business that not only is there, but is also supporting you and supporting you fully in how you want to live your lifestyle. So before we go any further, I just want to ask you three crucial questions. Put my teeth in. So are you absolutely done with finding any way to kind of avoid that money conversation? Perhaps you email them or direct them off to a website or say, oh, why don't you have a look through the catalogue or something like this, right? If that's you, then stick around. Number two, would you do anything to get rid of that stomach churn and that dry mouth? Every time you know that money conversation is coming up, and just the thought of putting yourself out there to someone saying yes or no leave you feeling quite deflated. If you answer yes to any of these questions, then you're in the right place, and honestly, you're not alone. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Caroline Domanska, and I'm a money coach and income strategist, which means I help solo small business owners become financially happy through taking practical action and also by creating powerful mindset shifts. So that you can live the life that you really desire. I've got over 20 years experience in personal finance and sales, and I've built two businesses from scratch, but I wasn't always this confident person you see before you. I'm happy to jump on Facebook Lives like I'm doing now. I've even done a little tiny LinkedIn Live, which for me, honestly, that is slightly outside of my comfort zone. I don't know. I get a lot of business from LinkedIn. I'm quite visual, what's the word, quite busy on there. People can see me, but I haven't really done much videos on there, so it always kind of freaks me out every time I do one. Anyways, that aside, I've had to work hard at changing my mindset around money, so that's not all about just kind of trying to find clients and then but actually helping them and increasing your revenue too. And I know you're not alone because I've posted about this topic quite a number of times, and on LinkedIn, for example, this topic had over 3,000 views. It's a lot busier over there than Facebook sometimes. This is something I've had to learn over time, and I'm fortunate that I haven't had a salary check to hide behind since 2008. So I've had to do it, and so I want to share the steps with you to what I have found around confident pricing and talking about money with confidence so that you can help more clients and create more revenue. So I'm going to share that with you today. So can you remember a time when you had that money conversation with someone and the whole kind of thing fell apart just because you couldn't kind of get that conversation to run smoothly? Well, that's what I want to help you avoid. Now, I think fundamentally, in the first instance, it comes down to us stepping into the power of what we really want. And I talked about that in depth on the last Facebook Live, so I won't cover that again today. But I want you to think about what the biggest want is that you have in your life that you've been holding back on, and use that as your starting point when you're thinking about money, when you're thinking about pricing, because it is okay to want. It is okay to want more for your family. It is okay to want more for you, and it is okay to grow your own impact in the world. So I want to today to really talk to you about, firstly, then how does that link in to talking money with confidence? Well, I think when you know your true money why, you know your guiding light, it stops that negative mind chatter coming in, and you have your comeback to your mind anyway, ready, prepared. So it's no more if I have, others don't, or who am I to have wealth, or making money is hard. You have your guiding light, and that is enough. So that's why I'd really encourage you to think about what is it that you really want in life, and why are you in business at all. So how about though when we're actually in the situation, how do we become more confident in that situation? Well, I could start here with some confidence tricks and techniques, and we could all stand here and do sort of the old Wonder Woman pose. I'm sure you've seen, or you may or may have not seen, but it's actually, I think it's the second most watched TED Talk ever about body language and the Wonder Woman pose and confident poses, and how that can really change the way you talk about things and the way you do things, and change the results you get. But actually, there's a lot of truth in that, because confident communication does become from the way that you're feeling. So it becomes from feeling confident, and feeling confident comes from how you think about confidence, or how you think about pricing, and how you think about money. So if you're not feeling confident in that situation, then you need to do some work on managing your mind. Because when you believe what you're saying is true and useful and helpful, you will be confident. If you are feeling unconfident, if you're feeling defensive, if you're feeling anxious, then you're worrying about what somebody might think of you, and you're worrying that perhaps you're offering your service, your gift, your product isn't quite going to hit the mark, or isn't quite the thing. So I want you to separate out who you are from what you say. So who we are is that's very like sort of a fundamental thing, right? But sometimes what we say and what comes out of our mouth isn't always what we thought we were going to say at the right time. So I'd like you to practice kind of getting this wrong, right? Or allow, actually, let's say that more accurately. What I mean is practice allowing yourself to take the risk of getting it wrong, okay? So it's okay if what we say doesn't turn out to be quite the right thing in that moment. And confidence comes from being okay with saying the wrong thing, if that's what comes out. So if you're having a pricing conversation and you suddenly find yourself offering a discount before the person's even asked for it, and afterwards you think, ooh, why did I do that? Well, one, give yourself a pat on the back, because what you're doing is you're raising your awareness straight away that there is something else at play in your mindset, probably around your money story, that you might need to examine. But also, you gave yourself permission to have the conversation and get it wrong, which is a massive leap in itself. So I just want you to make sure that every time you think about having one of these conversations, the first thing you do is say, actually, it's okay if I get it wrong. But I am going to give it a go, and I am going to take some learning from this. And when we start saying to ourselves that that's okay, that we don't have to be perfect, then that level of confidence inside ourselves really rises. Now, I think there's 5 steps. I said I would share with you my 5-step process to confident pricing. And first of all, there is understanding that confidence comes from the way we're thinking. So I want us to think about firstly, what our money why is, why we want money in our life at all. Secondly, the how. So how are we going to bring money into our lives? Does our business model work for us? Is it aligned? Does it match our money why and our wants? A lot of times I find that people, when they look at their actual pricing and what they're doing, that they just have to do so much to get the income that they want, that the two things just don't work. So looking at your business model is really, really important. Thirdly is the money mindset blocks. Ooh, I'm poking my eye there. Thirdly is the money mindset blocks that you may or may not know are there. But if you find yourself discounting, if you find yourself giving away your time for free, if you're not earning what you want out of your business, then it's most likely there's some money mindset blocks at play there. Fourth is really, really owning the transformation that you provide. So whether that's, a beautiful skin cream that you give people that makes them look 10 years younger, whether it's fabulous coaching that you do with someone that enables them to give them clarity for the next steps, whether it's, fitness yoga to allow that person to relax and be a better person in the rest of their life. Own the gift that you have, and when you really start exploring this, you will find that that what you do is priceless. And then when you start to really think about the price around that, there's a funny thing that happens when you start to think of yourself as priceless. And I really want you to step into being the financial person that you want to be. So if you want to be more wealthy, I want you to start living that and owning that and really recognizing what that might mean for you. Because for some people it means Rolls Royces and champagne. For other people it just means the ability to work less, spend more time with family, take regular holidays, eat good food. There's all sorts of different things it means for different people. So I want you to step into being that financial person that you want to be. So even if right now you're thinking, I can't do any of these 5 steps, it's not going to work for me, then just try one thing from today, giving yourself permission to get it wrong, discovering your money wants, taking awareness of your mindset blocks, and see if it makes a difference. I know that some of my clients have gone on to double their income after doing work on their money mindset, and they were worried at first, but it's all come good. Now, I said I was going to let you into a little secret around money mindset. Pricing, sorry, not money mindset, around pricing. So a lot of people say, well, what should I charge? Is this right? Is that right? Is this wrong? Is that wrong? Is this too high? Is this too low? What about what the rest of everybody else is doing? So my thing is the actual price you charge doesn't matter. Now, before you all go crazy here, let me explain. In any niche, right, there are people who are bringing in thousands from charging, £20 a month, £30 a month for a monthly membership. And there are people in the same exact niche charging $20,000 to $30,000 or pounds for spending a day one-to-one with them, right? So, and it's the same with products, right? There's this the products at this end of the spectrum for a few pounds, and you can get something that does exactly the same thing for thousands of pounds more, right? So there's lots of things that are in one niche that are at all different price points. So you can pick any business model, and I give you permission to do this. You can put any business model that you like, but it has to work for you. It has to feel good to you. So knowing your true wants allows you to align that business model to you. Okay. So by owning that transformation as well that you offer your client, your potential client, it allows you to, the feeling and what we're thinking about our pricing allows us to start thinking and feeling that whatever we do is priceless. I was talking with one of the ladies on the last pricing workshop that I did, and she's a parenting coach. And I mean, really delving into what she does, you know, she helps struggling families or good parents become better parents and make great families. Essentially, that's what they do. And if you think about, like, if you took 2 or 3 things away from their workshop, for example, how priceless would that be if it made that transformation within your family? So when you really start owning that transformation, I start thinking, God, well, how do you put a price on that? So you've really got to work out your wants, the business model that fits with that, and you've got to feel great about it, whatever that business model might be. So that might be high end, it might be lower end, it might be a mixture. There could be all different ways of setting that up. But own it is the definite thing. So now, if you want to find out a little bit more about confident pricing, then I have a blog post that explains these 5 steps and gives you a free guide to that as well. And that's over at moneymindsetcoaching.co.uk, or the link for the blog post is bit.ly/confident pricing. I'll put the comments, the links in the comments as well. And I would really look forward to helping you find out a little bit more about that as well. I also do workshops on it as well, but actually my next thing that's coming up is within Emma's brilliant membership site. So I'm going to be doing a full training session within there for all her lovely members. I know her doors are open at the moment, and they're only open for a limited length of time. So I'm going to be doing some training next Tuesday within there. So you need to get into the group before, or into the membership before next Tuesday. And I'm going to be taking you from here to here and in between, and we're going to be removing your money mindset blocks so that you can grow your income. So do join us over in the membership group. That would be fabulous too. So I hope you've enjoyed that live today, and I look forward to seeing you again on the other side. So that's Caroline Domanska from Money Mindset Coaching. See you again. Bye-bye.